In this test, Claude is used with Excel and PowerPoint to turn raw sales data into structured analysis and then into presentation material. The point is not to show a magic one-click trick. The point is to test whether AI can support a real business workflow step by step without losing control over the data. We start with the raw Excel file. At this stage, this is not a dashboard and not a presentation. It is transactional data. Dates, products, customers, regions, salespeople, revenue, margins, discounts, payment terms, and delivery information. Before asking for charts, Claude first needs to understand what the file contains, what each column means, and which fields are actually useful for business analysis. This is why I am not trying to do everything with one huge prompt inside Excel. One prompt looks faster, but it hides too many risks. If Claude misunderstands a column, mixes revenue with margin, treats discounts incorrectly, or chooses the wrong aggregation, every chart and every slide created later will be built on that mistake. The error may look professional, but it will still be an error. So the workflow is divided into checkpoints. First, Claude inspects the dataset, then it identifies which fields matter, then it proposes the analytical structure. Only after that do we move toward dashboard logic and PowerPoint output. This gives control because each layer can be checked before the next one starts. It is slower at the beginning, but safer across the whole workflow. Now Claude is being used as an analytical assistant, not just as a text generator. The task is not simply make me a dashboard. The task is read the dataset, understand what can be measured, and decide which business questions are worth answering before anything is visualized or presented. This prevents the common AI problem: nice-looking output with weak analytical foundations. At this stage, Claude translates raw rows into analytical dimensions. Revenue alone is not enough. We also need margin, region, product category, salesperson performance, customer behavior, payment status, discounts, and operational risk. These are different views of the same dataset, and they should not be mixed too early. If they are mixed too early, the final presentation may hide the most important business signal. This is the first useful output, a structured analytical view. Claude is no longer guessing from a vague instruction. It is working from the actual dataset and turning it into practical business questions. What sells best? Which regions are strong? Where is profitability weak? Which customers or payment terms create risk? These questions define the analysis before charts are created, so the output has a clear direction. Now the analysis becomes more concrete. Claude organizes the information into sections that can later become dashboard blocks: executive summary, KPI snapshot, revenue trend, product and category performance, country or region comparison, salesperson ranking, customer concentration, payment status, and risk signals. Each block has a clear purpose. This makes the next step easier because the dashboard is no longer a random collection of visuals. This staged approach is slower than one big command, but it gives much better control. After each stage, you can check whether the direction is right. If something is wrong, you correct one layer. You do not have to regenerate the whole workbook, all charts, and the whole presentation from the beginning. This is also more efficient with tokens because you are not repeatedly asking the model to rebuild everything. Here, Claude is moving from raw analysis toward dashboard-ready structure. This is an important distinction. A chart should not be created just because the tool can create it. Each chart needs a job: show growth, compare regions, expose weak margin, rank salespeople, or highlight customer and payment risk. The goal is not more charts. The goal is fewer, better charts that answer specific questions. The purpose of these intermediate tables is to make the output usable. PowerPoint does not need thousands of raw rows. It needs selected insights, clean comparisons, and chart-ready summaries. Excel remains the analytical layer where the details and calculations can stay. PowerPoint should receive the story, the KPIs, the conclusions, and the most important evidence. That separation keeps the presentation cleaner and easier to understand. At this point, the analytical layer is basically complete. We have moved from raw data to structured insight. If the user only needed Excel analysis or a dashboard review, this would already be a valid stopping point. The rest of the workflow is a separate step, preparing the same analysis for communication in PowerPoint without forcing the viewer to study the spreadsheet. From here, the task changes. We are not analyzing the data again. We are preparing the analysis as input for a PowerPoint presentation so the final result can be explained to a manager, client, or team. This is where Claude starts converting the analytical output into a narrative that can be presented, not just calculated. Claude now has a different role. It needs to convert analytical results into slide logic. That means choosing what belongs on each slide, deciding the order of the story, separating key conclusions from supporting details, and making the presentation readable. This is another reason not to combine everything in one prompt. The model should first understand the business result and only then decide how to communicate it. Excel analysis and presentation design are different jobs. Excel is about data accuracy, calculations, filters, and validation. PowerPoint is about communication, prioritization, and decision support. If you mix both tasks too early, Claude may generate slides that look polished but are based on weak analysis, incomplete assumptions, or metrics nobody has verified. That is the worst type of AI output, visually convincing but analytically fragile. Now Claude helps build a presentation structure, executive summary, key metrics, trend analysis, product and category performance, regional results, sales team performance, customer insights, payment behavior, and business risk. The important point is that the deck starts from the analysis, not from decoration or generic slide templates. The slide structure follows the data so the presentation has a logical flow instead of just a nice layout. This is where the staged workflow begins to pay off. The presentation is not generated from a vague command like, "Make me a nice PowerPoint." It is generated from a prepared analytical foundation. That gives the slides a much better chance of being useful because every slide is connected to a checked insight. It also makes the result easier to improve because you can adjust one part without destroying the whole workflow. As the slides appear, the design is not the main issue. The main issue is whether each slide has a clear role. One slide summarizes the business situation, another shows the KPI snapshot, another explains the revenue trend, another compares regions, categories, or salespeople. The deck becomes a business story, not a random export from Excel. That is the difference between automation and useful automation. The same logic applies to charts. A chart should not be visual decoration. If it shows revenue trend, it supports timing decisions. If it shows category margin, it supports product strategy. If it shows regional performance, it supports sales focus. If it shows payment issues, it supports risk management. Claude is useful here because it can connect each visual with the business question it is supposed to answer. Now the deck moves into operational insights, salesperson contribution, customer concentration, payment terms, overdue invoices, and possible risk areas. This is where AI can be valuable because it can connect data analysis with business interpretation, but this only works if the earlier steps were controlled, checked, and not skipped. Otherwise, AI may confidently explain a pattern that was created by a bad assumption in the first prompt. The main lesson from this workflow is simple. One prompt can produce something quickly, but a staged workflow produces something safer. You get checkpoints, fewer hidden errors, better reuse of the analysis, and less risk of creating a polished presentation based on wrong assumptions or misunderstood data. In real work, that matters more than saving a few seconds at the start. That is the real value of Claude here. Not magic automation, but structured assistance from raw Excel data through business analysis into presentation-ready output. And that's the full workflow, from Excel data to a presentation-ready structure. If you want more practical AI workflow tests, subscribe, leave a comment, and tell me what to test next. If you want more practical AI workflow tests like this, subscribe to AI and Tech Tutorials. And if you want the Excel and PowerPoint files from this video, leave a comment, hit like, and share the channel.